beloved. I thank you so much for your time, and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those who are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon I offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, as well as career and finances. You'll find the link to my Patreon listed down in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out, why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? As I was shuffling, right, I just heard, so audiently, I heard the words, kill me now, all right? It feels as though somebody's in a state of hysteria, like, somebody is hysterical, okay? This person is somebody that is in the energy of, like, I'm channeling somebody that is fearful of something that is already meant to happen, already bound to happen. This is somebody that fears the inevitable, okay? Fears something, an outcome that is meant to come to pass, no matter what, regardless, okay? Let's see. This is with regards to two people coming together here. I just saw the Four of Wands. Okay, two people coming together in a wish fulfillment type of relationship, type of union here. Okay. Yeah, we have the Ace of Cups. This is definitely someone's fear. Okay, there's this karmic energy. A karmic energy is in fear and enraged about the fact that there is something that is indefinitely meant to come together. Like, there isn't anything that is going to stop what this is, okay? And it's with regards to love here, a relationship, not just any relationship with this Ace of Cups. It's like a relationship that is fulfillment here, all right? Whether this is a relationship that will lead to breaking off generational curses, a relationship that will lead to healing, a relationship that will lead to redemption, vindication, justice. Okay, it comes with all that it comes with this Ace of Cups. We have the Queen of Wands. We have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. We have Sagittarius, Aries, Leo energy. We have Virgo energy with this Nine of Pentacles, and then we have Aries once more with this Seven of Wands. So I see that the reason that this karmic is in fear, right? The reason they're so afraid of two people coming together here. You could be one of those two people, of course, either the feminine or the masculine that is meant to come together with another person. You're the one watching, all right? I see here that there's a karmic energy that is afraid of that. They're afraid of what is going to happen when you and somebody else come together in union here. They're afraid because they see so much potential in the both of you individually, you and another person, and they just couldn't imagine what it will be like when you guys come together and merge as one, right? This karmic is definitely somebody that is easily insecure, intimidated, threatened, okay? Easily triggered here. And it's the type of energy whereby they can't even control it when they experience it, right? All these emotions, all these things here, these states of being. And this karmic is looking at a divine feminine here, which is obviously, this relationship is meant to be a divine feminine, divine masculine relationship, all right? This karmic feminine here, or karmic masculine, take it how it resonates, but this karmic energy is looking at the divine feminine in the relationship here, in the connection that is bound to happen, meant to happen. And they sort of, it's like they see so much light in this divine feminine. They see so much illumination, enlightenment in this divine feminine, and it makes them feel so small, right? It makes this karmic feel small, the fact that they can't exude the same energy, okay? It feels like this karmic energy, whether it's a feminine or a masculine, right? If it's a feminine here, they're looking at this divine feminine as something that needs to be removed out of the equation, someone that needs to be eliminated, okay? And if this is a karmic masculine, they're looking at the karmic, they're looking at the divine masculine as a threat, because they're afraid of the fact that there will never be like the divine masculine, okay? We have the Page of Pentacles here. We do have Capricorn, Virgo energy once more, and Taurus. We have the King of Wands. Interesting here. The Queen of Wands. Alright, and then below that is the King of Wands. See, what's coming to me right now, what I'm channeling is that energy again of potential, alright? Where you look at someone and you see in them what they could be, right? Whether or not they see it in themselves. It's like this karmic energy is looking at you, beloved, you watching, right? You tapped into this message, right? You are led here, right? This karmic is looking at you in that way. Like, I feel like this karmic tends to be in their head a lot. They like to think and overthink and dissect and analyze every single thing, every emotion, every thought, every idea, all right? And with every analysis that they draw from you, based on whatever it is that they envision or see in you, it just drives them further to the brink of insanity, because they literally are able to see what you are going to be, even though they have no clue how it's going to turn out for you in life, how you are going to be, what's going to come to pass. But they see so much light radiating off of your energy, and they see so much of your identity to be worthy of such greatness that it puts this karmic energy in a place of discontentment. They're unable to find any peace within themselves because they know they don't stand a chance right next to you in comparison of you. They know that it's an unrealistic, unreasonable way of looking at things. Okay, if they were to ever look at you as somebody that is a match or compatible or competition here. It's like this karmic energy you and this person are going to be the type of people that own businesses or properties, or the type of people that have certain business mindsets that are going to put you both in leadership positions, or you and this person are going to have a lot of passion for one another. There's going to be a lot of attraction, chemistry, things that a bond that can't be broken because you both are on the same vibration. This karmic knows this, okay? This karmic energy is well aware. They feel like they won't be able to take someone away from you. They're not in that vibration to be able to have that sort of power in your world. It can't happen like that in your reality. They can fantasize about it all they want, or be in their head about it, or have all these emotions and talk about it, but it will never be. They will never have somebody, all right, that you have. Even if they had that person once before, they'll have that as a memory, and it will never be that again, and they know that. It hurts really bad for this karmic to know that truth, but it is what it is. Okay, they're afraid that this person, once you and them come together, this person won't be able to get their eyes off you. This person won't be able to leave you alone. No matter what happens, no matter who does what, no matter who says what, like, they feel like somebody here, as soon as they come into your energy, there is nothing that they can do about it. Okay? They in pain about that. They hurting. They heartbroken about that. They know that this person, as much as as much as this karmic also sees your greatness, your potential, your worth, your value, they can only just imagine what this person that you're going to come together with, they can only just imagine what they will see of you. Okay, that's what brings them to that point of insanity, that point within themselves where they just can't even take it. They just be snapping. And you would never know, obviously, because people just be experiencing things in their own lives. And it doesn't mean that it's not happening. Yeah, this karmic, like, they know that they don't have any value to their identity in a way that's going to even put this person, like, it's like this karmic energy feels like even if they were to want to pose as a threat between this union that's meant to be, meant to come together, it's fated, all right, there's destiny, alignment, all right, 222 energy, there's justice in all of this. They know that they don't have the potential within themselves, the value within themselves, the worth within themselves to be in a position to pose as a threat to anyone between you and this person that you're meant to come together with. They know that in the end, all it will be is them being embarrassed or looked at as foolish, or feeling both humiliated and shameful about even trying and attempting to come to your energy, to your world, to your life in that way. Like, I'm a threat, I'm this, I'm that, right? It's like this karmic is well aware that they just don't got it the way you do. They well aware, okay? And it's not about ego, it's about facts and truth. People like to tell themselves whatever and boost their delusions, which it takes away from the truth. Just because you are comfortable with delusion, it doesn't mean the truth doesn't exist, right? Like this karmic here. They know that, if they don't move on with their life, if they don't seek help for their own life in a way of like mental stability, emotional balance, spiritual stamina and strength, like if they don't get themselves together, they know that all that they will have is the memory of what could have been or what was, and then what will remain in their life apart from the memories, like outside of the memories, all that they will have is their fantasies. And that's a really painful reality to live in if you have not worked on yourself, right? Hence, I'm saying that this karmic here is in a position where they can really choose to do better, or they'll lose themselves in all of this, right? And at the end of the day, life moves on. You can't expect somebody to be the same, or think the same, or feel the same. It just never works like that. Once somebody is in a position to be a better person and they've awakened, there's nothing no one can do to stand in the way of that. It will just reveal who they are further and further to the person they're trying to stop. Them doing this, them trying to stop something, them trying to act a certain way, say certain things, do certain things, it just further proves to both people, you and this person. And it shows like, yo, this is who you are, this is who you've always been. And that's the truth. They can choose to, the karmic can choose to live in delusion, but at least you and this person will always see the truth and know the truth of this karmic. And it won't change anything about the union. Instead, it will make this person value you more, and you will also value yourself more, because you will see yourself true value and true worth. You will never put yourself in a position to be humiliated, embarrassed, shameful, sad, lonely because of another man or another woman. All right? We have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy with the 6 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords here with this Knight of Wands as well. It's like this karmic knows that like I'm sorry to say this, but this is what I'm seeing and getting, right? This is the type of karmic energy of a person that they feel like in order to keep a man or to keep a woman, like, I'm getting from this karmic energy, I'm channeling somebody that is unable to tap in a deep way with another person, right? Not that they can't in their capability, but they have so much burdens upon themselves, so much shadow work to do, so much karmic debt to release that they won't be able to reach that threshold of like high vibration to be able to tap in that way. If you're receiving it the way I'm saying it or the way it resonates, you understand what I mean, right? It's like this is a karmic energy that is hurting so much from things that have nothing to do with you or this other person here. There is so much that this karmic has held on to in life, something that has followed them, like some things have followed them, right? That's what I just audiently heard. There's plural. There's a lot that this person is carrying here. And the more they carry it, the more they move on with it, it keeps hurting. It's like wanting to heal a wound, but you keep poking at it. You don't want to anoint it with some ointment or something just to cater to it, and then close it and then allow it to heal and never look at it again. It's a scar, it's a wound, whatever it might be. But for it to heal, it needs to be looked at, addressed, and taken care of so that you may be able to leave it alone and move on. Because if you're unable to do that to the wound, it will always be hurting. Which is where this karmic is at. They will always be in pain because they just refuse. Like somebody just refuses to let go of so many things. I mean, it's to the point where they're trying to find excuses for not letting go. They're trying to convince themselves that it's okay. That's what I was talking about, like being comfortable with delusions when there's a truth, a reality to face. Let's tap in further to the layers of this energy. Let's see what else comes off of this energy here. I feel bad for this karmic energy, all right? Because you must think, beloved, like we as people, like nowadays especially, nobody cares. I mean, who cares about you except the people that you know care about you? Someone can comment on a picture of yours, someone can compliment you, someone can claim that you are this to them, but it doesn't mean they care. And to care means that there is love there. Like, you know, you care for that person and you have love for them and it's genuine. And I feel like this karmic energy here, the people that they surround themselves with, right? It's hard for those people to care about this karmic energy because this is the sort of person that's always in a negative energy. Okay? They find it hard to be a positive person. Now imagine trying to encourage someone and be optimistic and always just be someone's sunshine and light, or trying to extend your life to another person, and all that they know or do or say or be on is, or they act like, it's like they don't, it's like all that they are of is darkness, and you just giving you light and giving you light, and it's just not enough because somebody's just so dark within themselves, so much shadow work to do that they haven't done. This karmic, it's sad for them because even the people around them can't help them. They have to help themselves. If they care about themselves enough, they don't want it enough, clearly, okay, for them to be back and forth in this energy of rage, anger about another person's reality. When that person doesn't give a damn about them, they're happy where they're at. They're living life. And they have to live in that suffering and that burden alone, knowing nobody cares. You don't care, do you? That somebody else is out there wanting to spite you, having all these messed up ways of thinking about what they want to do, what they want to say, or what they've already said, or what they've already done. Like, it doesn't change you or change your circumstance or whoever you are with. It just means that somebody has a real problem here. And the more they do things like this, act like this, say this, it just shows it even more that they need help. Seriously though. On some real energy. We have the Seven of Cups, right? It's like this person is doing a lot of things in secret, in discretion here, like things that are seen or things that are looked at by them to be coping mechanisms, right? Whatever this person sees as a coping mechanism, they just indulge in it until like they numb themselves, right? There's something that they're so afraid of, right? But they know that the fear doesn't take away from the realness of the situation. It doesn't mean because they're afraid of it happening, it won't happen. It just means that they have an inner issue that they need to address and move on with life, or it'll keep eating at them inside and they'll forever be stuck in that energy if they don't come out of it by addressing what's really going on with them. We got the Eight of Swords here. And the two of Wands. It's like everyone has a decision and choice that they make in life. Like, we all make decisions, we all make choices at the end of the day, and it's our decisions and choices that shape our reality. If you think about it, it's not, no one's putting a gun to anyone's head to freaking get up in the morning and do what they need to do, or to take care of themselves, take a bath, eat, shower, like all these things is something that you take the choice and decision within yourself and you say, I'm gonna do it. Same goes with letting things go. Same goes with like not caring about things that don't matter or things that are of the past, because the past can act as a trap. If you think about it, the past doesn't exist. Imagine being stuck in something that's non-existent. This person here, they refuse to let something go because they're just comfortable, right? Like y'all, we got the Ace of Swords, and look at that. We got the Empress, the Lovers, and the Two of Cups, right? The Empress, the Lovers, and the Two of Cups. With this Ace of Swords here, the only way out of this for this karmic, the only way they can move on, let go, stop caring, stop hurting, is if they see the truth of a situation. Because if they don't see the truth of a situation, what will remain is the delusion, and the delusion is what keeps them in pain. But what the delusion does, it keeps them in rage, anger, darkness, depression, sadness, loneliness, misery of themselves, though. It's like, yes, they have a lot that they need to address, but whatever this is that has them in this state of being, the fear of a union coming together, people coming together here, like it's just blowing someone's mind that this is happening. It's just, that fear is just adding on to that. It's like the element of like earth, right? The more you throw things on the soil, on the ground, and let's say like somebody sees a paper or two papers being thrown, or just sees them on the ground. Let's take an analogy, a reference point, a case study, an example. Littering, right? Somebody throwing a paper on the floor in the same spot, another person does the same thing, and then when somebody else, the third person passes or walks by or whatever they drive, they'll see that pile of litter, and to them, it'll be like, okay, since everybody's throwing this litter on the ground, whatever, like they won't even think twice because they already see litter on the ground, right? And they'll just do the same thing, right? It's like that energy of like the domino effect. The next thing you know, in a week, 2 weeks, there's a whole pile of litter there because one person chose to throw that paper on the floor, and they could have prevented that paper being thrown on the floor by making a decision and choice to throw it in the actual bin here, avoiding everybody else that has to keep throwing it and creating this pile. Coming back to the generalization of this message, this karmic energy has so much that has already happened to them, right? The first pile of litter, or the first pile of dirt, or the first pile of something that was thrown at them, right? Figuratively speaking. Something happened the first time they had an experience of pain, and they didn't choose to address it and work on it. They just chose to stay with it and hold it. And they kept holding it. And the more they kept holding the pain, the more the threshold of pain increased. It's like a tattoo, like somebody getting a tattoo. It's like that first thing is like the worst, but then throughout the session of getting the tattoo, you get used to that pain, right? Another analogy, another reference point, case study, and example, all right? This karmic, because they chose to always remain in that pain and hold it, the more they experienced pain, it just was something that kept piling up within themselves. And the more it's like that pile of litter, it rots, right? Imagine getting a tattoo and that person doesn't stop. They don't stop. It's like you can't get a tattoo for days, not stopping. You'll die of that. You'll seriously be damaged. Like it's something that can hurt you to the core. And it's all experiences that have to do with pain that this karmic is holding on to. And because of that, whatever is happening here, whatever they're afraid of, all of this is just another pile of dirt, another litter thingy being increased, another tattoo that they just gotta, you get it? It's like, because that one time they refused to address something that happened to them, nothing that had to do with you or the person you meant to come together with here. Because that one time they just had that probable cause to do something, they didn't do it. It's not easy, not saying, yeah, it's easy, address, like, yo, but would you rather hold the pain and always feel it, that take the initiative to address it in a way that's going to heal it, so that you don't experience it again? And if another painful scenario or circumstance or position shows itself in your life, it won't be added on to pain. It will be just another painful experience that you're going to overcome and move on from, other than it being something you keep holding. You feel me? We got the Empress, we got the Lovers, and the Two of Cups, right? This karmic energy, they feel like you took something away from them, right? And again, this is just delusion because they're comfortable in that being the truth. They feel like you took something from them. They feel like it's because of you that something is going a certain way. It's because of your existence, your breath of life, that they aren't able to be someone in their reality. But again, this karmic energy is just choosing to stay connected to that way of thinking. They're choosing to stay connected to that way of thought process, right? Always having that same pattern, whether it comes to emotions or thoughts. You know, but God is saying like time moves, like, yo, Whether you're in pain, whether you're not in pain, like in general, time just be moving and life just be going. And whatever it is that you go through in life, and it just keeps you trapped in an energy that is dark or shadowy or just really, really, really bad for you, and you just stay in it, you lose out on a life that could have been possible if you just did what was necessary for yourself. That's why I said if this karmic cares about themselves enough, they'll stop this. They'll literally stop putting themselves through this and just leave it alone. It won't stop anything that they're hurting, they're delusional, they're sad, they're miserable, they're depressed. It won't change the fact that you and someone are meant to be together here. It won't change the fact that the person that you're meant to be with is going to love you unlike anyone they've ever even loved before. It won't change that who you are is never going to measure up with this karmic energy. It won't change nothing. That's why in life you gotta look at your reality, stick to it, and let everything else roll off your shoulders, because it ain't that deep. I'm being called to end this message here. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time, and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. To those who are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon I offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, as well as career and finances. You'll find the link to my Patreon listed down in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.